What's going on, guys? Welcome to Exotics Anonymous. Today we're going to be talking about why the Bugatti Tourbillon is the best hypercar maybe ever made, but definitely being made today. Now, that's a crazy statement right off the bat because there's great hypercars right now. We get the Koenigsegg Jesko, which is amazing. They just came out with the Satyr Spear special version of it that seems even crazier. You get the Pagani Utopia, which is probably everybody's least favorite hypercar right now, if we're being honest. And then we have a bunch of other ones that I'll get into a little bit, but like the Rimac Nevera, kind of a failed product if we're being honest. The new Ferrari F80 is disappointing for the most part. The McLaren W1 is cool, but not really revolutionary. So I feel like the Bugatti is just doing things better than everybody else right now in a market where they really didn't need to. When you look at what they did with the Tourbillon, I mean, they developed an entirely new engine in 2025. Nobody's doing that anymore. I mean, they went from already a big W16 quad turbo to a naturally aspirated V16, which when you think about it is just a more fun powertrain. I mean, you're getting rid of the turbo lag, and then, you know, obviously that makes less power than that turbo quad 16 did, but they added a hybrid system to make up for it, so it makes 200 more horsepower than the outgoing car. I'm pretty sure it's lighter, even though they have the hybrid on there now, but I don't think there was a drastic change in weight based on, even though they added the hybrid system, because that W16 was very heavy. I know this V16 is lighter and there's no turbos involved, so that saves weight, but it's just incredible, and it sounds amazing. I heard a video of it the other day of the car doing an acceleration. It sounds insane. So their car is sounding better than the previous car, even though there's more emission restrictions than ever. And it's absolutely insane what they're doing in 2025. And look at the Chiron that was just going out. It had regular doors. The doors on the new Tourbillon are insane. They look like kind of like McLaren doors. You know, they go up like a butterfly almost. The Chiron wasn't a slouch by any means, but it had regular doors. Now the Tourbillon has, you know, hypercar doors. They look insane, and you kind of need that when you're competing with something like the Jesko, where it's got those wild doors that open, you know, with the automatic Koenigsegg system. And then you've got the Pagani that has cool doors as well. I think only on the coupes now, though, on the Utopia. I don't think the Spiders have cool doors. And I know the Wiro was like that. Only the Spider had the regular doors, and the coupe had the Gullwing doors. Gullwing would be cool, which the McLaren W1 did, which is a point for McLaren for sure. But, all right, we're getting hit by sprinklers, so we're going to move the car real quick and then keep talking. All right, we found a better spot to continue this conversation. Now, the funny part is they already had a 16-cylinder engine, but it was heavy and it was big. But they really could have just kept that engine that was already making 1,600 horsepower on its own in the final, you know, the Bugatti Chiron Super Sport, which was, you know, a high-speed car. And then you had the Per Sport, which was set up for the track already. I mean, the Chiron was probably one of the best hypercars ever made, too, if we're being honest. It did everything, and you can kind of buy which one you wanted based on what you wanted to do with it. They could have been, you know, lazy, taken the quad turbo W16, kept that in the car, and put a hybrid system on it, and the car would have made like 2,500 horsepower, which, now that I'm saying that out loud, maybe they should have just done that. But this V16 sounds so much better, and I love that they give you an option to shut the hybrid off and just drive with the 1,000 horsepower V16. I mean, how much fun is that? It's still going to be fast, obviously, and you can really just ring it out if you want to listen to that engine and not be, you know, I mean, 1,800 horsepower is like as soon as you touch the gas, you're going to be going 150 miles an hour. So it's kind of cool. You could shut it off and just be at 1,000 horsepower, which is still a lot, but the car's 4,000 pounds, so you can ring it out a little bit before you're doing anything too crazy. So I think it's great that they went to all this effort, made probably the coolest powertrain on the market that, you know, it's going to be on the market, and they're putting it in a car. And Bugattis have always been pretty reliable, so I have a feeling, you know, they're not going to release the car till it's ready. And the Chiron is definitely the most reliable hypercar ever made. Bugatti gets a bad rap because the Veyrons were so expensive to maintain, but then the Chiron, you know, had all that support from Volkswagen Group and used a lot of similar parts. And when you think about that quad turbo W16, it was really two of their V8s put together. Those engines are in everything. They work pretty well. So, not saying a Chiron's reliable per se, but compared to a Koenigsegg or a Pagani, it's like a Corolla. So once they get this Tourbillon, you know, on the market, I expect that car to be pretty reliable as well. I don't have a lot of bad things to say about it. It looks incredible. It's got great doors. It's got an awesome powertrain. Maybe the one thing I don't love is that steering wheel that like only the outside of the wheel moves, that like where the airbag is doesn't move when you're turning the wheel. I don't love that. I get they're trying to be different and it's supposed to be like a Tourbillon on a watch, but I don't know. The wheel just seems like a gimmick to me. I wish they maybe kept a regular wheel. I love that you can hide the screen. Like it like comes out on this frickin' arm that looks like it was made for NASA on the space shuttle or something and folds out, or it can just go away. They do such a great job with their interiors, keeping them timeless, and I don't think you can say anything other than that about the Tourbillon. Now let's just quickly compare to some of the competitors. You've got the Koenigsegg Jesko, which I think is probably the second coolest hypercar out right now. To be fair, the Jesko's been out for several years, so I'm sure we're probably going to see a new Koenigsegg in another maybe 2 years or so. That'll be more of a competitor with this Tourbillon, because the Jesko kind of came out mid-life cycle of the Chiron. But the Jesko is awesome. I mean, it's just a turbocharged V8, but it makes you know, 1600 horsepower. The car's super light. The Jesco is amazing. If I had the choice, like if somebody was like, you can have the keys to one of them for 20 minutes and just go as crazy as you want, I'd take the Jesco all day because it's just more of like an insane car. But if I had to put my money behind one and own one, I'd go Tourbillon, no question. It's going to be easier to live with and use. You know it's going to turn on every time. Unfortunately, the Koenigsegg probably isn't the case. I still love them, but I hear that not the best things about their reliability. And you know, I think the Bugatti's probably just a safer purchase. But the Koenigsegg's a lot of fun and does more of like the insane hypercar thing than the Bugatti does. The Bugatti's going to be more of like a usable but really fast hypercar. But I love the Koenigseggs too. I don't really have anything bad to say about them other than they don't seem to work very often from what I've heard. But I love what the Koenigsegg does too. I can't wait to see what they do next. Big Koenigsegg fan. I love that Gemera, whatever you want to say, thing that they're making. That looks amazing. 2300 horsepower, daily driver, supercharged, or sorry, twin turbo charged V8 with the hybrid. That car is going to be amazing. And as somebody sitting in a, you know, fast forwarder car myself, the Gemera seems insane to me. I would love to try that. The Pagani Utopia, I think everybody kind of agrees is a big miss. It's basically like, it's like a Huayra again that just looks a little different. It kind of looks more like a Zonda than a Huayra, but it has like the powertrain of a Huayra. It makes a little more power. I'm pretty sure it's just the powertrain from whatever that last edition Huayra they made was. So kind of an underwhelming car. Pagani peaked at the Zonda, it's sad to say. I feel like that was their best car, and ever since then they've been kind of trying to replicate that same thing but not doing as good of a job. I still love Pagani mostly because of the Zonda, but I would just like to see them do something a little more impressive on their next car. And I'm not saying I want them to go hybrid and make it 2000 horsepower. Just make it look better, you know, make it look better, make it sound a little better, keep that V12 in there, do whatever you want with that. The cars are nice and light. Pagani has that going for them. I'm pretty sure it's the lightest of the three because their carbon fiber work's amazing, but I don't know, it's just, I feel like they're just rehashing the same thing over and over, but people keep giving them $4 or $5 million for it, so I don't know why they would stop, but it'd be nice to see them change things up a little bit. And then just touching on Ferrari and McLaren really quick, because they, you know, they're two of the original big three Holy Trinity cars. Ferrari with this F80, no one cares. They ruined it. I get it, it's their 499p race car powertrain. It's not cool for a road car. It's just not. Like, everybody would have preferred a naturally aspirated V12, even if the car was 100 horsepower slower or something like that, which it didn't really have to be because their V12 makes like 835 horsepower in the 812 competition and the Dodici Chilindri. So they could have kept the same power, honestly. The car would have been a little heavier, but it's a road car. Like, people love the LaFerrari because of that V12. If the LaFerrari had a V6, nobody would care about it because it's not like a spectacular looking car or anything. So I think Ferrari's a little out of touch with what their customers really want. And I think that shows with this F80, and I think that shows because customers have been turning down a Ferrari hypercar, which how many people could say that? So I think the F80 not even in the conversation for coolest hypercar. Now the McLaren W1, cool what they did. I love the doors, gullwing doors, that's amazing. But in general, it's a twin turbo V8 with the hybrid system. It's not really anything new. I'm sure the 720S replacement is going to have a similar powertrain. Maybe it won't be rear-wheel drive, maybe it'll be all-wheel drive. No one really knows yet. I love McLaren. I'm kind of a McLaren fan, but the hypercar was cool, but not like amazing. It wasn't like the P1 when it came out. I think they did a better job than Ferrari did for sure, and I think that'll show. You know, nothing revolutionary, so you can't really put it in the Jesco or the Tourbillon tier as much as I love McLaren. And then Porsche, we haven't even seen anything yet. I heard they're having some issues even being able to make one. No one wanted that all-electric thing that they tried to pull off, the Mission X. So I think we're going to see a Porsche hypercar at some point, but we haven't yet, so we can't really, you know, compare it to any of these other cars. So thank you guys for watching. Let me know if there's any hypercars you think I didn't give a fair share to, or if there was something that you think is cooler than a Tourbillon. But I really think Bugatti's doing the best job right now in the hypercar market. I can't wait to see the special versions of this Tourbillon that I'm sure are coming. I'm sure we'll get like a Per Sport version and a Super Sports version. Hopefully a convertible like the Mistral towards the end of the Chiron's life cycle. That's such a sweet car. So good job, Bugatti. Keep it up. And thanks for watching today's video, guys. Please like and subscribe. It helps the channel a lot. And I'll be doing more videos like this. Please subscribe to the channel and look out for the next video. And I'll see you soon. Thanks. Bye-bye.